Hey guys, I know it's been a minute since we've shot anything around here, and I'm going to show you why. It's a little channel update. As you can see, kit's still hibernating, battery charger charging. Same thing with the DeLorean. I got obviously the cable going through there is for the battery charger because the battery is behind the passenger seat. But when you have, cars that just sit, it's not a bad idea to throw them on a charger. So speaking of that, this charger here is an Optima, which is supposed to be optimized for their batteries. So you just put it on maintain, and if I can turn the light on here, if I remember how to use the stupid thing, so it gives you, ooh, my phone is not gonna get on that. Anyway, it says it's 100% charged, and down the bottom right, it'll show you kind of its rate of charge, so it'll show 12 volts or whatever it's doing, and then its amperage, and it kind of bounces around and just maintains the battery that's in there. So I've got versions of that charger on pretty much everything. So yeah, unfortunately, this is why we haven't done anything. Look at it out here. This is freaking pathetic. Look at that. I would put a tape measure through that, but it'll just make you sick. So we're about 17 inches of awesomeness out here. I mean, look at that. Even the Fiero is completely buried. God, I wish I had a bigger garage. This would be awesome. I had to kind of thaw out the other car. So, and then I got a whole pile of parts here waiting for installation on various cars. Be putting a rear sway bar and a radiator in the Fiero. Throttle cable, because the other one's slightly stretched, has a little bit of play, so I got that. This is a replacement for the cable of the power antenna and kit, because it broke off apparently. You turn it on and the antenna goes up, and then you hear the motor just continuously running. Usually the original cable, because it's made of nylon, they break. This one is not, it is steel, so hopefully this one will last a little longer. I do have a couple NOS GM ones around here, but I'm going to try the steel one to see if it's any good compared to the originals. I got a starter for the DMC, the overflow bottle for the cooling system in the Fiero. I figured while I was in there, the tab's broken off on the original, might as well put a new one in it. I got some hardware for the sunroof, just to keep it from rattling. I got control arm bushings for my one Cadillac. These are the mount bushings for the new sway bar for that guy. There's your links, which are nice because they got a spherical end on them. So you can see we got parts and stuff everywhere. I got a Dynamax muffler I got to put on the convertible. So there is stuff everywhere that's just waiting to be done. I just can't do it because it's, what is it outside right now? Like 6? I think it might be a solid 6 degrees out there. It's pretty awesome. I gotta say, it's pretty awesome. So that's why too much has not been getting done around here. I had been working on the console for this in the house. The switch bank that you can see in this one is very similar to what's in the original car, and there's 44 of those switches in the original, and I'm starting to wire those all up now, and as you can imagine, that's a colossal nightmare. But it's getting done, so it is what it is. Also, one other major thing I got to do with this, I got to drop the fuel tank and put the fuel sender in it, because I haven't done that yet, and I still have no idea how much fuel is in it any time, so I just keep stopping and getting fuel, because I don't know. Other than that, this car is pretty much ready to go, and there's something hopefully this year coming up for this car. This is just a starter. It finally died, which I was planning on doing much earlier, and I just haven't done it yet. It's been so cold, and there's been a lot of other interesting projects in the house and stuff I've been doing. So, but yeah, here's this. I bet you this door will not stay open because it's so freaking cold out here, and those struts are not a fan of cold weather. And no, it will not. It's just gonna fall. Yeah, see, the colder it gets, the more those struts, or the less those struts do as far as work. Not that they're bad. It's just they're gas-filled struts, and they're not a big fan of temperatures. So it's good. Close that. But yeah, that's kind of a big channel update here. As you can see, the snow just won't stop. This is just pretty damn ridiculous. I mean, look at the pile. Look at that. And it's all turned to ice now because it like slightly started to melt, and then yay, another foot falls. So here we are. I don't know if I can get you. I don't want to walk over there because it sucks. Look at the pile. I mean, it's deep. That right there is every bit of a foot coming up. Hard to tell on camera, but it is every bit of a foot coming up from there. So yeah, this is why not much has been getting done around here. So hopefully I'll see you guys soon with a lot of this stuff going away. I need this table back. and it's turning into a bench that I didn't want it to be. I gotta clean my floor mat too. There's the control arm for my caddy. Let's get this out of the way, actually. Let's set that bad boy right there. The original control arm for the caddy. So I did notice this, and I didn't film it. But my 2000 DTS, the right lower control arm bushing in the back right here, as you can see, is gone. So it wore my tires out pretty bad, because then I didn't notice it, and all of a sudden I was getting a vibration. So I got up under there and found that this is very loose. I'm like, okay, you can buy these control arms complete, and they're pretty inexpensive. They're not bad. So I did that, not realizing that the placement of this ball joint is not, see here you can see it lines up dead center with this boss on the original GM arm. The new ball joints are back here. They're way back. So my alignment is way off, and it's not any better. So instead of trying to, I guess I could buy another control arm for the other side, then have an alignment done, but I'd rather just have the thing to be right. So, because now I've got a caster issue. Compared to GM, they also don't have both of these kickouts on the aftermarket ones. So I'm going to, that's what those bushings are for, is I'm just going to replace the bushings in this arm. The other one's completely gone. It was destroyed, and this one's, not far behind it. I'll press these out, press the new bushings in, and put this arm back on. There's nothing wrong with the sway bar link. I just ended up putting a new one on it. Yeah, there's the bushings right there. Here's what's left of them. After a couple 100,000 miles, they just disintegrated when they fell out of the arm. So I'm gonna rebuild this arm and just put it back on. I think the only company that makes the arm correct, other than if GMs are still available, which they probably are, because they fit a lot of other cars too, is Moog. And I've noticed that a lot of parts stores around here do not carry Moog anymore for some goofy reason, because that's been my aftermarket suspension parts of choice for the better part of 20-25 years. So I went against my better judgment, and I bought another aftermarket one, and now I'm stuck in this predicament. But Dorman does make, because nobody else does make the bushings for that arm. I'm going to put those in. Then we'll get all this stuff done. I got to get the Fiero back on the road. It does have, the original radiator still in it, and it started leaking at the ends. This radiator, as you can see, is aluminum all the way through. No more plastic tanks. So, and this is supposed to be a drop-in replacement. So I'll put that on and get the cooling system back up and running, get that back on it. Oh, I still got to put a fuel pump on that car now that I think about it. Fuel pump pressure is starting to get a little wonky on it. So I'm going to do that too. Make that thing a really reliable driver. Get the Cadillac done. Get this console done. God, there's so much stuff to do around here. And then the fuel tank and this bad boy, which I know there's going to be a lot of people out there. Cut a hole back there. Yeah, well, I'm not doing that. I don't like cutting holes in the substructure of my cars if I don't have to. It's really not that bad getting the fuel tank out. You just got to get the car up high enough, that's all. As long as you can get the exhaust off, the rest of it's actually pretty easy. So we'll get that done, get this back on the road too. And almost everything will be ready to have fun with over the summer again. Tires on that guy. Fourth gen needs tires. Needs new shoes. So we got to get new shoes on that guy. Other than that, that's the update. I guess if we ever thaw out here in the Northeast sometime in the next, 6 months, that would be phenomenal. We can get some stuff done. So, you guys know the drill. Comment, subscribe, the things you hear from every YouTuber. Please, and we will see you soon.